I've had a lot of comments and questions about this car lately, so I figured I'd post some sort of update video. If you haven't seen the other videos, this is my 1999 Lotus Esprit V8. This was a childhood dream car of mine. I sold a few cars off to buy this about a year and a half ago, and I've put 1,500 miles of just pure bliss on this thing. It's been fantastic. I think the worst thing about this car is what everyone tells you at a car show. Hey, you know what Lotus stands for, don't you? Lots of trouble, usually serious. Well, in my case, the couple of issues I've had on this car were not very serious. In fact, one of them would have been absolutely free to fix. And the few things I've done to this car are mostly elective. I've got some things still left to do, but for the most part, this car has been fantastic. One thing I did that absolutely makes no bearing on how the car drives or how enjoyable it is get personalized plates. Some people find it funny. I thought it was kind of humorous at the time, but I like it. That's all that matters, right? Let's talk about what's gone wrong. See if this car lives up to the license plate I've put on it. Well, there's only been really two issues with this car that happened to me since I've bought it that weren't pre-existing. It developed a pretty nasty misfire on 2 cylinders last summer. I've got a video detailing how I diagnosed it and how I fixed it. It ended up being a cold solder joint in the computer. We completely reflowed the solder on half the board, and it has been perfect since I've done that. If you've got an Esprit that has a misfire that no one's been able to solve, get a hold of me. I'll walk you through some diagnosis and maybe repair your computer for you. As far as other things that have gone wrong, there's only been one other thing, and that is still something I need to fix. The window channel. And as little of a detail as that is, I have put it off quite a bit. I've got the parts here for it, but I just haven't done it yet. I put the window down one day and it took the window channel with it. And then I didn't really pay attention. I put the window up and it made a whole bunch of terrible murdering sounds inside the door, and I had to pull the door all apart and put everything back to where it's supposed to go. And over time, the window, the friction of the window pulls the channel out of the door frame. It's time for a new channel. I just haven't done it yet. Another thing I've done or had done, I had all of the old clear bra removed from this car. About a third of this car was covered in clear bra. It was dull and it was cracked in places. It made the body look like it had flaws in it. With it gone, Sean at Precision Detailing completely paint corrected this entire car, ceramic coated, and reapplied film to the hood. It looks better than I ever thought it would. I just assumed that the paint would just be 21-year-old paint or 22-year-old paint and I'd have to live with it, but man, I can't get over how good this car cleans up. Another thing I've done is I had my buddy Mike at Nocturnal Motorworks build me a custom exhaust system. It's 2.5-inch manual bent stainless steel, has no mufflers, no something else, and it sounds fantastic. It totally transformed the way this car builds boost. It builds it so much faster. It sounds awesome. All you hear is turbo noise when you're driving it. Well, I'll let you be the judge of it. This is the exhaust my car came with, and this is not the factory exhaust. These are aftermarket sport catalytic converters and center exit exhaust. Originally, cars made from 2001 and before had one tailpipe on each side instead of center exit like the 2002 to 2004. There are a lot of bends in this, and I mean, it was very aesthetically pleasing. I admit I like that a lot, but I thought it might sound a little bit better. I wanted to hear the turbos more. And, well, of course, we all want more power. Here are where the turbos go, and just in case I ever have to put these back on, I've had my friend put V-bands on here, my friend Mike that made the exhaust, and he did a very good job at this, so I can always swap back and forth if I ever need to for any reason. This is what's on the car now. It's 2.5-inch mandrel bent stainless steel. Still center exit. As you can see, everything's a lot shorter, it's a lot tighter, it's a little bit bigger in diameter. I don't know exactly how much power this makes. I will say it builds boost a lot faster. It's like instantaneous now. And of course the sound it makes is just fantastic. I opted for no tips because, well, I like how mechanical the car feels, and I didn't really feel like it needed anything to dress it up. And if you're wondering, I never floor this car in first gear. I'm a little scared. So something interesting happened with this car. I spent a good weekend cleaning it up after getting it back from having the exhaust made. And it was hot outside. I was on my way back from a Cars and Coffee, and I thought, man, I really should try the AC again because, you know, I know it didn't work the last any time I tried it, but let's try it again. Well, it works. It fixed itself for me. I guess that's proof that, you know, I took good care of it, and you get out what you put in. You know, I de-cleaned it up, I put new tires on it, fixed the exhaust, and it rewarded me with working air conditioning, and it's continued to work. So it wasn't like a one-time thing, which fixing AC on one of these cars can be really cheap or really, really expensive. If you have to replace the lines that are buried in the chassis, I can't imagine what that would cost if you had to pay labor to do something like that. Yeah, one thing the exhaust did is make the turbo so much louder. And it is just awesome. E34. So you might be wondering what else I need to do to this before I'm done. Well, first off, cars are never done. That's just not a possible thing. But I've been putting off the windshield for a really long time, and I still need to do it. And the coronavirus definitely didn't make it any easier or cheaper. So that's really far in the back burner, but I see it every time I get in the car. I also need to figure out why the heat doesn't work. I'm pretty sure it's a clogged heater core. Again, that's a pretty lengthy repair. And it's also summertime, so I'm not in a rush to fix that. But outside of that, I'm really happy with the way this car is. Every car I've owned in my entire life, I've always wanted to change so many things about, whether it's wheels or suspension or the engine, the transmission, whatever it might be. And I'm really happy with this car just the way it is. And I guess that says something about it, because it is just, I should have bought one of these so long ago. Anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next update. I don't know if it's going to be on this car or it might be on the M3, maybe the 928. I don't know, but I'll talk to you guys later, and thanks for watching.